What sports have you played? How many sports? What sports have you played?
I played many sports.
Oh, yeah.
Football, badminton, basketball, volleyball, swimming.
It's the Mr. Matt. How are you today?
I'm good.
All right.
How about you?
I'm always doing good.
Yeah.
Sort of. We all have bad days sometimes, I guess.
Yes.
How's school? Everything going good? Did you do well on all your midterms?
Yes. I have 10, 9.59, yes, something like that.
10s and 9.5s and holy macaroni, you did really well.
Yeah.
That's great.
I have 9 in mathematics and history.
And 9 in mathematics and history. So you're going to become that CEO after all, aren't you?
Yeah.
CEO of Apple.
Yes.
That's good. It's a good goal to have. All right. You have a little brother, right? Little brother?
Yes, I have a little brother.
How old is he now?
He is 6 now.
6 now. Okay. All right. So we're going to do national sports. And we're going to talk about an old Canadian game. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. You know the drill. We'll do some reading and then we'll do some questions and see how much you understand. Are you ready?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Lacrosse. History. Many national sports, such as cricket, football, and rugby, are popular around the world, but lacrosse is not particularly well known outside Canada. It is based on a field game played by the original Canadian people, and we first hear of it in 1637
Just group them. 1637.
When a French traveler noted a game called crosse. Whole Indian villages played this game, and the lacrosse field often used to be over a kilometer long. The sport became popular with people who came from Britain and France in the mid-1800s, and the first match involving this new population took place in 1844. It became more popular and its players set up the National Lacrosse Association of Canada in 1867, which developed the techniques and rules necessary in the sport. It became known outside Canada in the early part of the 20th century. International competition. Lacrosse appeared as a competitive sport in the Summer Olympics of 1904 and 1908, but since then it has only appeared as an exhibition sport, i.e., to show people what it is like, with no opportunities for medals. The Lacrosse World Championships are held every 4 years. Until 1986, only 4 nations took part: Canada, the USA, England, and Australia. But numbers are growing, with 38 nations entering in 2014 competition. The medal-winning places are usually shared between USA, Canada, and Australia. One thing that is quite surprising about the sport is that since 1990s, a Canadian team called the Iroquois Iroquois Nationals has taken part in international competitions, the only original North American people to do so in any sport. They have came fourth in all the recent World Championships, except for 2010 when they weren't allowed to enter the UK, where the competition took place, so they missed the opportunity to compete for medal. Aim and rules. Lacrosse is a team sport, and like many team sports, the aim is to score more goals than the other team. Teams consist of 10 players who use a long stick with a net on the end to catch, carry, and pass a small rubber ball. Players have to throw the ball in the goal at the goal. A net that is 1.8 meters wide by 1.8 meters high. Each match is 60 minutes long, with 4 quarters of 15 minutes each. Players can run with the ball, but they mustn't touch it with their hands.
Sound like a game you'd like to play?
Yes, if I have a good team.
You only want to play if you have a good team.
Yes.
All right, we'll start up a Vietnamese lacrosse team, and we'll compete internationally.
Yeah.
Practice for the next 10 years.
Mm,
Yeah, that would be cool. It'd be nice to do different sports like that. I've never played lacrosse, but yeah, it's become more popular now in Canada than it was before. They have a good league across the country now. Yeah. All right. Oh, the reading was good. So who discovered lacrosse? How was it discovered? What happened? Who first played it? Where did it come from?
it come from Canada, and a friend, a French traveler have go to Canada and noted this sport,
Mm.
and the European know these games.
Now they know the game. Yeah.
Yeah.
When did they first see the game? The European travelers, I guess European explorers back in 1600s. There would have been a lot of Canada and North America not yet explored. Who was playing it?
The the Canadian, the USA, the England, Australia.
Oh, okay. Way back. Okay, first question. When did Europeans first see the game? When did they first discover it? When did they first see it?
They seen it in 1637.
Right. But who was playing the game first? Who invented the game?
Canada.
Yeah, but who are the people? Because Canada now is mostly Europeans, right? They're from England and France and everywhere around the world. Who was in who lived in Canada and America before the Europeans went there?
Some, I think it's some Indian village.
Yeah, they used to call them Indians. They don't call them that anymore, but the original Canadian people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. When did they first start playing games between people from Britain and France?
Britain and France.
Yeah, when did they start playing the sport?
They play in the mid 1800.
Right. So what does the mid 1800s mean? Can you give me an example of a year that would be in the mid 1800s?
I think it's come from 1800 to 1809.
99.
No,
Or
just 9.
the first 10 years.
The first 10 years.
Right. Okay. So what does mid mean? Just like when you have school and you have tests, it's called midterm.
I think it's in like 4 or 5. 18 and 4 or 5.
What does mid mean? Right? What does it mean?
It's in the middle.
That's right, the middle.
Yes,
so middle. The 1800s is 100 years. So the middle of the 1800s would be the year 1800 to 1809.
Oh.
So when would be the mid 1800s?
At 1850.
Exactly, like that 1840, 1850, 1860, in the middle of that century. Yeah. That would be the mid 1800s. Just like your midterm at school, right?
Yes.
You have, it's like a middle test. You have it around Christmas. Yes. You have it halfway between your midterms and then your finals. Yeah, exactly. Yes. Okay, good. I knew you knew. Is lacrosse an Olympic sport now?
No, just in the past.
Yeah, they tried it in the past. That's right. It asks, what is the aim of the game? So what's the goal? How do you play it? How do you win the game?
You have to score. You have a stick with a net and it's just in the field. There is one rubber ball, and you I think it like catch the ball, and you will throw it into the net.
Yeah, you throw it around with a net at the end of your stick. It's a contact game too, so it's really rough.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you ever get a chance to watch a game, it's really entertaining. How many players are there on a team?
10.
Do you remember what kind of equipment they use?
They use the stick with a net in the end.
Yeah, you can see it in the picture, yeah. How long does a game last?
It lasts about 60 minutes.
Yeah, so 60 minutes is what?
60 minutes is one match.
Yeah, one match, 1 hour. That's right.
Yes, 1 hour.
I think all the North American sports are 1 hour games, but they all have stop time. So when the whistle goes, the clock stops. So like hockey is 3 periods of 20 minutes, 20 minutes, 20 minutes, but the game takes 2 hours to play because when they blow the whistle, the clock stops. And American football, it's like lacrosse. You have 4 quarters, 15 minutes, 15 minutes, and so on. And same thing, the clock stops. Same as basketball. Baseball is the only one that doesn't have a clock. It's about 3 outs.
Yeah.
Every time you get 3 outs, they switch. Yeah. So do you think it's similar to football, your European football, soccer?
I think it's a little same, but they have the equipment.
Equipment's different.
With football, we just kick the ball into the net, but in the sport, we use the net to throw the ball. But I think it's the same.
Yeah.
Just,
You have 2 goaltenders, 2 nets, and you got to go back and forth and pass it and score one way or the other. Yeah, exactly.
yes, you can pass and but you use hand, not you just run with your feet.
Exactly. One, you kick the ball in the net. One, you shoot with a hockey. If it's hockey, you shoot with a stick from the ice. And if it's lacrosse, it's with a net, a net at the end of the stick. That's right. What sports have you played? How many sports? What sports have you played?
I played many sports.
Oh, yeah.
Football, badminton, basketball, volleyball, swimming. I think yes.
Which one do you enjoy the most?
What?
Which ones do you enjoy the most?
Badminton. Yes, I play it. I think every day.
You play badminton almost every day.
Yes.
Oh, that's fantastic. It's good. You got some exercise. It's very important to have a healthy activities every day. It makes it a habit. It'll be good for your future. All right, buddy. You did really well. I can tell you prepared and you understood everything that was going on in the story. And just one last little question. What happened to the Iroquois? There's a little bit of a story about the Iroquois. What happened to them that was kind of bad news?
They can't go to the UK. I think there is a championships.
World Championships, yeah.
In 2010, it took place in the UK, and they can't go to there.
Yeah, they had a passport issue. I think when we had the class, we talked about a little bit of what it said on Google. Yeah, very good, buddy. Very good. All right. We'll see you next week in Interest 28.
Yes. See you.
Yeah. All right, buddy.
Goodbye.
Have a good weekend. Goodbye.
Goodbye.